Hello, my name is Eleni. I am studying to become a women's health nurse practitioner, and if you watched the previous video where I spoke about a general overview of the menstrual cycle, today is going to be the day that we dive into how to truly honor the first portion of our menstrual cycle being the time where we are bleeding. So I want you to stick around and listen to the best advice you can get for your period.
Good morning. So I actually started my bleed this morning, and I kind of wanted to just give you a little rundown on what I do the first day of my bleed. So I took it really easy at the gym today, went on my own pace, didn't really do a lot of jumping, just more of a body weight workout. I didn't overdo it with my body, just really took it slow. And then I had a really nourishing breakfast, made sure I piled my plate with protein. I had grass-fed beef sausages, as well as eggs, spinach, greens, and I also had turmeric and ginger shot, which was really yummy and also helps with my period. And then I took these herbs that I usually take. I've been taking them for a couple months now, and I really have seen a difference. Wish Garden. So this is the Womb Kind Hormone Tonic. It has the dandelion root, which really helps with bloating. I don't really have much bloating today, but it's just a preventative precaution that I like to take. And then I also take Cramp Release, which has cramp bark, wild yam root, black cohosh root, catnip, and skullcap. And I just love these herbs. I've never really taken herbs until last year, and I feel like they make a huge difference. Plus, they've been used since our ancestors, right? When we used to not have pills. So I feel like, I don't know, I will link up some research, but I definitely have seen huge improvement in my cramps. So yeah, we'll see how the day goes. I'm gonna take it easy. I have clinic today, so I'll be spending my whole day with women, which I love, and I think it's really nourishing. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this.
A general recap again of the menstruation part is we are shedding the lining of our uterus. Generally, this happens from day 1 to 7. Rough estimation of blood that's lost is up to 80 milliliters. So if you think about a soaked pad, that's about 5 milliliters. You want to kind of keep track about how many pads you are filling every day. And if you use a menstrual cup like me, it is such a lifesaver, by the way, and it doesn't have any bleach, any chlorine that may be in your pads. There's also other pads that I do like that don't contain any of these toxins. So generally a menstrual cup carries about 30 milliliters. So generally in the first couple days, I'll empty mine out every 12 hours. It doesn't overfill. So generally each time you fill the menstrual cup, it's can contain up to 30 milliliters. Obviously, we're not going to be completely overfilling it, so about 20 milliliters every time you take it out. So in the first part of our follicular phase, also known as menstruation, you are going to have the lowest amount of estrogen and progesterone. Then the pituitary is going to release an important hormone called follicle stimulating hormone, FSH. In this part of your menstrual cycle, you may be feeling lower energy, which is normal. You may be wanting more solitude. It's a great time to be introspective, and you're going to be primed for tasks where you have to be analytical. It's technically the winter season, and if we're following seasons in real life, we know that the winter season is the time where we generally want to cuddle and we want to watch a movie, read a good book, and not do too much, not go outside, and maybe go outside though, because it will brighten your mood. So the color of your menstruation should be about a ruby red. If it's darker, then that means that it's been oxidized for longer. So sometimes if your uterus is facing a different way and it's harder for the blood to come out smoothly, then it can be a little darker. Again, as a medical disclaimer, this is for educational purposes only. I am not your doctor. Please get advice from your doctor first. Again, about the flow, if it is clumpy or if you're getting a lot of blood clots rather, then that could mean that estrogen is dominant and your progesterone is low, because remember that the estrogen is responsible for that uterine buildup. So if we're building too much of the estrogen and then we're secreting it during this time, then that could be the reason why. And we will dive into estrogen dominance in a later video. So my favorite part to think about is going to be nutrition, because food is medicine and it will nourish our bodies and it will give us the nutrients it needs in order to truly thrive. I love a good dark chocolate. I think dark chocolate is going to be not only good for your mind, but also good for your body. So the chocolate is going to contain iron, magnesium, and it's going to mimic serotonin, which is a feel-good hormone. And your dark leafy greens are rich in potassium, which then are going to nourish you extra more. I love taking relaxing baths and magnesium as well. The hot water and the sweating allows your body to detox.
Quick side note, coffee plus first few days of bleed are not a good combination, so I recommend sticking to matcha during the first couple days of your bleed to reduce cramping.
And if we're talking seeds, you can do seed cycling, and in this half of your cycle, in your follicular phase, you can add in flax seeds, 1 tablespoon of raw flax seeds, and 1 tablespoon of pumpkin seeds. And other foods, I like to incorporate a lot of fibrous rich foods, cruciferous veggies, your broccoli, your cauliflower, your Brussels sprouts. I honestly like to have this during all times of my cycle because I know that it will bind to the excess estrogen and release it. So yeah, you really want to eat nourishing warm foods during this time though, because the warm foods are going to allow your uterus to feel calm and relaxed and allow the shedding process to be smoother. As for exercise, listen to your body, but I love a good yin yoga. I think not going too hard at the gym is going to be your best friend. You know, exercise does release endorphins and it does make you feel good. So maybe even a fast-paced walk. Walking for me is my favorite during this time as well because it allows the rocking of your sacrum and it massages your uterus in a way. So I think walking is great. It also helps your uterus just allow the shedding process to be a lot easier as well. Really listen to your body with exercise. I think that honoring whatever she needs, she's going to be happier and therefore less cramps. Also, a little secret, not so secret, but intercourse does definitely help your cramps during this time because of the orgasm, and it allows your uterus to relax and therefore helping the cramps. So yeah, you don't need a partner to do this, but it definitely will help with cramps. So just a little secret, not so secret. Explore your body, do whatever feels good for you. If you don't even want to think about that, then obviously don't, but just a little side note. Important before we start all of this that periods are not all the same. They're all going to be different based on different stresses in our life, different factors. I remember when I would have exams, well, I still have exams, my periods would knock me off my feet sometimes. Now, not so much because I have learned how to adapt to different parts of my cycle. But I remember that certain stresses in my life would truly make a difference in my cramps. So this is why mindfulness is going to be huge in allowing healthy periods. Another fun fact is that period blood can actually be used as an amazing fertilizer because it contains nitrogen phosphate, phosphorus and potassium, which all help the soil's ability to nourish plants. So yeah, if you wanted to nourish your plants, I don't nourish these plants with my period blood, but I do know a lot of people who do and have great results. So another fun way to really take advantage of your period and this beautiful gift that you get gifted every month. And finally, I wanted to end with, if you are on your period right now, or if you will be in the next couple of days or whenever, I want you to ask yourself this: how can you show yourself compassion? What makes you happy? How can you honor your body during this time?